Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Sunday reset. In today's reset, we're going to be in the kitchen reorganizing a few areas just because they have gotten a little out of hand, mainly my spices. We have a lot of spices. We have a whole nother cabinet of Brandon's spices that he likes to use when he grills. He loves to grill. I love to cook. So naturally we would collect spices and oils. So this Lazy Susan is probably going to be the main project. I need to figure out how to organize this a little bit better because it's dark. You kind of forget what you have. So we're going to be doing this cabinet. The other cabinet that I'm going to be working on is just this small one right beside our oven. And this holds all of our medicine and also our measuring cups and things like that. I do like to keep our medicine in the kitchen. It's just a little bit more convenient. This cabinet will probably take me about 5 minutes to do. The majority of the cabinets in my kitchen are pretty organized and they've been the same way since we moved in. There's just something about the spices that always get mixed up, but here's an example. All of our glasses are just laid out in a way that I can see everything. Same with our plates and bowls. All of our dish towels are here in trivets. And then we have all of our pots and pans, which you can easily see. Then all of our main utensils. And then the kids drawer, this is all of their dishes that they can go in and access on their own. So just a little example of some of my other cabinets. I'm gonna go ahead and organize the ones that need a little bit more attention. I went around and gathered a few things that I wasn't using, but I also did buy 3 or 4 new things from Home Goods or TJ Maxx, one or the other. I knew I wanted to use some Lazy Susans in my Lazy Susan because I feel like that might help. So we're going to be trying out a few different ways. I also want to use a couple of these in the medicine cabinet. So since this will probably take the longest, I'm going to start with the Lazy Susan cabinet. Like I said, store all of my spices in here. I have a whole nother drawer of spices that I'm going to show you guys, but we're going to start with this one. Naturally, when you reorganize something, you're going to take every single thing out, clean out the shelves, which I am going to be doing, but I'm also going to look at anything that might be expired. And if I have doubles of anything, I can go ahead and combine those. So that way I can kind of minimize the amount of containers I have in this cabinet. So there's no right or wrong way to organize your kitchen. You really just have to do it in a way that makes the most sense to you and how you move in your kitchen. So now I'm going to wipe everything down using the Branch Basics all-purpose spray. Step 1 was to take everything out of the cabinet. Step 2 was to clean the cabinet. And now we're moving on to step 3, which is taking everything out of the old bins. And then I'm going to categorize everything that I have here just so I can see what needs to be grouped together in the cabinet. Now that I'm finished categorizing everything, I'm going to move on to the next step, which is checking expiration dates and getting rid of anything expired. So here are the spices that I plan on adding to my spice drawer, which I'll show you guys in a second. So I'm going to decant these into my little spice containers that I found on Amazon years ago. And then I have all of my like hot sauces and honeys all grouped together. And then I have like oils and like cooking sauces and different extracts. I just feel like this all goes together. And these are the spices that I'm not going to be adding to my spice drawer just because there isn't enough space and I don't have enough of the clear containers. But I also reach for the majority of these spices often, so I'm going to keep them close. All right, so here's our little pile of things we're going to be getting rid of because they are either expired or I combined them because I had doubles. Right, so I love having this little spice drawer right next to my stove because I like to keep all of my everyday spices or spices that I use often when I cook, but there are some things in here that I haven't reached for in a while, so I'm gonna take all of those out and put them in my pantry until I need to use them again, and I'm gonna replace the space with the ones that I've been reaching for often from my cabinet. So I'm going to be adding in some new spices into my drawer, and then I'm also going to be refilling some spices that are pretty low or just completely out of that I just been having in my Lazy Susan. So that'll create a little bit more space in that cabinet as well. So I got these spice jars a couple years ago from Amazon. They are in my Amazon storefront if you want to quickly look them up, or you can just go to Amazon and type in spice jars and you'll see that Amazon has a ton to choose from. I'm going to put these in my Amazon storefront along with some other options. The ones I have came with two different types of labels. They have the clear ones that you can put on the side of the jar, and then they have the ones that you can put on the lid. So it's good that you have options depending on how you plan on storing your spices. So all the spices that you see on the right are ones that are just taking up space in my Lazy Susan because I actually use these all the time when I'm cooking and I just never got around to refilling them, so I'm going to be doing that now. So here's what I have left over that didn't fit in the spice jar, so I'm gonna put those away with the other jars that I'm not using at the moment, and I'll just go back to those when I need to refill. Trash pile got a little bit bigger from decanting the spices into the clear ones, and then these are the ones that I'm going to be storing away for a little bit because I don't reach for these as often. now that we have decluttered and all of our spices are under control, I'm gonna finally move back to the cabinet and I'm gonna look at how I wanna organize it. I'm just gonna move things around and see what turntables and bins I want to use in this cabinet. You guys will see that I actually didn't end up using the larger bins that you guys see me putting in there, but you know, trial and error. Once you figure out how you want to organize your cabinet, the easy part is just putting everything into bins or on your little Lazy Susans because you already grouped them earlier. So that's what I'm doing here. Alright guys, so this is what it looked like before, in case you forgot. After decluttering and grouping everything, this is what it's looking like, and I have a lot more space to add things if I wanted to, and all I did was pick up a few $5 Lazy Susans, decluttered and grouped things together, and now I can see everything that I have. On to this other little cabinet, and like I said earlier, this won't take me long at all. I'm going to do the same thing I did to my spice cabinet. I'm just going to take everything out, wipe down the shelves, get rid of anything that's old, and then just reorganize everything. And the organization I'm going to be using in this cabinet are things that I already had. This cabinet was an easy fix. Here's what it looks like now. The first two shelves are measuring cups, just so I can quickly access them when I need to. The last two shelves is medicine. So we have the adult medicine here, and then the very top shelf is the kids medicine. The bins that they were in before were too small, so everything was just overflowing and it was just hard to see what you have. Larger, clear Lazy Susans makes things so much easier to see. Organizing can get a little messy, especially when you're decluttering, refilling, restocking things in the kitchen. So I always try to clean up after I do any kind of organization project in the house. So I'm gonna vacuum, mop, and wipe down the countertops.
Between concrete walls, there's a place for us where we could go, where we could be alone. Between city lights, we don't have to hide. I wanna go, do you wanna follow? There's something in the air, I can't explain it, but it's there. Ain't nobody gonna find us in our secret love affair. I don't wanna have to hide no more, it shouldn't be unfair. I wanna go, and I wanna know, do you wanna follow? Baby, do you wanna follow? Come with me, do you wanna follow? Baby, can't you see that? I wanna go, and I wanna know, do you wanna follow? Baby, do you wanna follow? Come with me, do you wanna follow? Baby, can't you see that? I wanna go, and I wanna know, our secret love affair. I don't wanna have to hide no more. It shouldn't be unfair. I wanna go and I wanna know. Do you wanna follow, baby? Do you wanna follow?
Don't remember if I tried this brand before. I've definitely tried products like this in my sink, but I picked this up at HomeGoods for $4.99, and this just cleans and deodorizes your drain and also prevents any kind of buildup. You drop it into your drain and run hot water over it till it's fully dissolved, and right away you can smell a really fresh, clean, lemony scent, and any foul odor you had before is gone. So I didn't plan on putting this footage in here, but I also wanted to show you guys the progress of our tomato plants. We have been picking tomatoes left and right, you guys. You guys know we have a little lettuce one on our countertop, so we're growing lettuce and tomatoes. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.